Today, we're going to be installing a HD oil kit from Morley Muscle on the new engine.
Welcome, you're watching Kodokuna Raida. Woo!
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste.
Well, hello, and this is my new engine for our rebuild. So I've bought it online. I've had it sitting here for about a week and a half now. So if you saw in my other video, you would have seen it sitting back here against the wall when I was painting the frame. But before we paint this engine and put it in the bike, I want to fit a Morley's Muscle HD oil kit because the little oil seals often pop out on our Vmax engines and we lose oil pressure and then seize our engine. We don't want this happening with this motor. It's only done 12,000 kilometers, so we want to look after it and do some maintenance while we've got it out and before we put it back in the bike. Now you can do what I'm going to do while it's still in the bike, but for today we're going to flip this engine over so the sump is exposed, which will make it a lot easier for me to put this kit in and show you exactly what you've got to do. So this is the Morley Muscle kit that came. So it's about $100 US. So we've got our two gaskets, we've got oil seals, we're going to fit this larger gear. There is the dreaded seal that pops out. So our new seal and this new bracket that you've got to fit. So I'm going to flip this engine over and then we can start pulling it all apart. Now, I'm sure this is more than a one can of Coke job, but we'll see how long it takes us. Cheers. Oh. Okay, so I've turned the engine all over. So I want to go through this step very carefully for you. I know that it could be very intimidating for someone the first time trying something like this. So I'm really going to try and take you through the steps very, very carefully. So you can do this job in your bike. You don't have to have it out like I have, but being out makes it a little bit easier. So if it's in your bike, you have to, of course, remove your entire exhaust system, drain the oil, and then you have to completely remove your clutch basket behind here, which we're going to do now. So I've got my bit of cardboard ready with my holes already marked. So let's take these bolts out, put them in our cardboard so we don't get it mixed up, which will expose our clutch basket.
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't want to waste what's left. And on we'll go through the wastelands.
There it goes. So this looks really clean and beautiful, but I'm not changing the clutch discs while I've got it apart. At the moment, they seem to be all right. But if you are, you can see these grooves in the clutch here, but here they're not. So this helps you line everything up when you put the clutch together. So you'll see there's a little 2 dots here on your housing. So you know where to put these clutch discs when you put it back together. It's very easy to change over your clutch, and one day I'll do it and I'll make a video of it for you. So now we've got to remove this clutch basket. So we've got to get to a bolt that's in here, which means we have to undo these bolts here, remove that and expose our big bolt to undo in there. Okay, so first we've got our cap there. Then we've got our spring ring that goes on there. And now we've got our cover. Comes off. Woo. Oh, it's nice and smooth. It's not dug up or anything. It's really nice. And these are our clutch pads. So let me take one off and show you. So there's still a lot of wear there. First off, we'll knock off our little locking cap here, get the right socket, and I'll get my impact wrench and we'll take that clutch housing off. Okay, so we've undone our little locking piece of metal there. Now this nut here is metric, of course, 30 millimeters. So I've got my impact wrench. Okay, and as easy as that, our nut is undone. I'm going to remove all our clutch discs for now, keep them all in order, just to make it easier. There we go. Make sure you keep them in order and you've got all the plates in the right place. There we go. Let me pick that up. Okay, there's our washer, which is grooved, that slides off. And there is our back of our clutch basket. We've got our clutch basket off. Now the reason we had to take that off is for this drive here. This is the drive that goes into our oil pump, and to get the gear off on the inside to create enough space, this shaft has got to come out this way, which will allow us to remove the gear once we've done the clip, and then put the new gear in and slide this gear back in. So all that is just to get to this gear here. So now that we've done that, let's take off our sump. So before you pull anything off, like the sump, you can see here it's got a wire going down there, it's got a little bit of metal there. I've got a spring at the back. Just take a photo. And then when we put it back together, we can just look at the photo. We know where everything goes. Okay, let's keep going. And here we are inside our sump and our engine. You can see down there, there's our crankshaft and our Conrod bolts, our timing chains. Beautiful. There's our pistons down there, the back of our pistons. This is our oil pump, so you can see the arrow facing to the, let me see, to the rear of the engine. Now, usually this is the oil seal. You can see that orange seal in there. It hasn't popped out, but it's not in great condition. So I'm really glad that we've saved it. So we're doing all this because of that orange oil seal in there. So here's a photo, a couple of photos of Vmax's where that oil seal O-ring has popped out. So what happens is when that O-ring oil seal pops out, you lose oil pressure and your engine's seized. But we're also going to put a higher volume gear to pump our oil around in our engine. So this is a really, really good upgrade. Now, we're going to be pulling out little O-rings and clips everywhere. you don't want to drop an O-ring or a clip or a seal or anything down into your engine. So I'm going to get some paper, absorbent paper, I'm going to put in here everywhere, so no matter what I do, I'm not going to drop something down into that engine. Everywhere now. Now I want to remove our oil pump, and there's 3 bolts go here. 1, 2, 3, and then we can remove our bolts. Finally, we get down to that gear in there that we have to remove. So we did everything we've done so far to get to that little gear down there. Well, we've got it all apart, which is great. So in the next episode, we're going to change that gear over that I showed you and put this all back together. So thanks a lot. I hope you're enjoying this and learning something. I'm sort of enjoying it. Thanks a lot. Always remember, drive like you know each other, and see you on the next episode when we put it all back together. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Oh. That's one tin gone.
You're watching Kodokuna Raida.
You say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust.